Revenge films.
My dad was a horrible man. He's cheated on his wife since the early days of their marriage and was also a heavy gambler. My mom suffered a lot because of him. The stupid father never worked nor put money in the house. What's worse, he would secretly steal money from her when she was asleep and use it to play around or gamble even more. I hated this wretched man intensely. Because this man wouldn't work for the family, my mom worked day and night to support me. I was able to go to college with a scholarship, and this was all thanks to my mother. I can never thank her enough. After graduating, I also secured a seat at a good company, and now I'm working a 9-to-5 job. However, the worst happened. My mom was diagnosed with cancer. And it wasn't like she confided to me about it. I just happened to find some medicine in the medicine cabinet, and when I looked it up on the web, I found out they were medication for cancer patients. I had to sit down and talk to my mother about this. When I did, she smiled weakly and said, "Please don't tell anyone, you don't have to." When I knew that my mom wasn't receiving the proper treatment she needed for financial reasons, I thought of ways to give back to her as I worked. Then, I decided to send my entire savings to my mom's bank account. As I gave her my bank book, I told her I wanted her to receive proper, advanced treatment for cancer therapy. However, my mom seemed to be reluctant to use up the money I had earned. "Oh, honey, you don't have to do this for me. Isn't this money that you've earned by working very hard every single day? Weren't you saving this money up for something important? I don't want you to give up something just because of me." "Mom, please, I want this for you. If it's the slimmest chance that you'll get better with this money, I want you to take it. You're my mom. Of course I want you to get better." No matter what I said, she refused to say yes to my proposals to get the treatment. Because my damn father never put money in the house, my mom never had the opportunity, let alone a chance, to invest in a life insurance. I think that's why she was so reluctant to put a lot of money in for treatment. I thought long and hard about how I can persuade my mother to get the treatment she needed. What were the ways I could raise her motivation or make her want to get better again? However, when my family needed the most cooperation, my dad messed up. Big time. This dad never usually comes home, but sometimes he just randomly waltzes himself into the house and takes money or whatever he can find and leaves. Because of that, my mom made sure she always kept her wallet and bank books in the safe, just in case. However, when my mom left the house to go grocery shopping, this son of a decided to break into the house, rummage through everything, and managed to open up the safe without her permission. He found her bank book and signature stamp and just took it with him. In that bank account, there was the money I had sent her, the $1 million I'd saved up and sent my mom for her medical treatment, and he had just stolen it. I couldn't believe him. I quickly realized the bank book was gone and called him up, asking him what the hell he was thinking. The money in that bank account, that was for Mom. It's money I earned and gave to my mother, not you. How dare you just steal from her? Give it back this instant.
Oh, so it was you who sent me this much money. No wonder this account suddenly had so much money.
I don't give a darn about your story. Just give the bank book back to me. Give it back.
It's money you gave to your parents. Whether the father takes it or the mother takes it, shouldn't matter, eh? Sharing is caring.
Of course it's not the same. Are you crazy? That money isn't for you. It's for my mom. She really needs it right now, and I would never pay a single cent for you.
Stop being a selfish brat. Why are you making things so difficult? Anyways, this money is mine now. Stop complaining now, will you? Well, I gotta go now.
I thought of just telling him about Mom having cancer, but because she had strictly told me not to, I couldn't tell him. In the end, I lost touch with my dad, and I wasn't able to pay for my mom's medical fees anymore. Ideas were running through my head as I thought of other ways to get money back and prepare for her cancer treatment. However, soon after the whole incident, my mom's condition suddenly got worse, and she passed away just like that. It was only a matter of days or weeks. It was that sudden. My mom was acting like it was nothing, but her physical condition was getting worse and worse every day. The mental struggles and financial worries were also taking a toll on her health, too. I was destroyed by sadness and was overwhelmed with emotions as I prepared for my mom's funeral. My mental health was close to nothing at this point when suddenly the phone rang. It was from my father. He had used up all of the money gambling, I assumed.
Hey, I can't seem to reach your mother. What's up? Is she doing okay?
You're just calling for the money, aren't you? You don't really care about Mom, do you? You're the worst, Dad. You truly are. I bet you don't even know that I'm getting ready for her funeral. Her funeral. Your wife is dead.
What are you talking about? Stop this nonsense!
Mom was battling with cancer this whole time. That's why I sent her that money. It was for her. She might have survived longer if she had had that money and got the treatment that she needed. I worked so hard to earn all that money, and I sent it to her because I wanted Mom to get better, and you ruined it. All of it. It's your fault she died.
Hey, look! Stop blaming me for everything! It's not my fault she died! She just did that herself, you know? Plus, hey, I mean, if you had $1 million and gave it to her just like that, you still have more, right? I'm sure you do. I'm the only parent you got now. Why don't you help out your pops a bit, eh?
Do you realize the absurdity of what you're saying right now? How dare you? I hope you go to hell and burn there. I never want to see your face again. Don't come to the funeral.
I won't go even if you ask me to. See ya!
He said that and the phone call ended. Why is he like this? Why is my family like this? I felt powerless and hopeless. Tears were welling up in my eyes, and I just wanted to curl up into a ball and cry like a little kid. I couldn't even tell if I was crying with sadness after losing my mother, or crying because I wanted my dad to die in her stead. After losing my mother I loved so much, it felt like there was a huge hole in my heart. I felt lost. Something big was missing in my life now, and it felt like things will never return to the way they were before. Then one day, I received a phone call from someone. It was from my grandparents on my dad's side. I rarely talk to my grandparents, but from what I've heard from them, it seems like they too were troubled by their son's gambling habits. Because the way he used his money was so horrible and just wrecked the entire home, they cut ties with him for the longest time. However, they said that they wanted to reach out to me after knowing my mother passed away, partially because it was their son's fault. They also knew about the $1 million that he took away from me, the money I'd worked so hard to earn for my mother. I was still very hurt and heartbroken after my loss, and my grandparents talked to me about something. It was about some of the property they had inherited from their parents. It wasn't much, but it was still something. However, they said that they would never want to give it away to their own son, so when they die, they plan to give it to charity and use it for donations and fundraisers. After knowing what happened to my mother, they said they wanted to leave the property to me as a lifetime gift. Obviously, I never asked for this, and it's not like I wanted or needed an inheritance from them or anything, so I politely declined the offer. Plus, even if I received the money, it wasn't like my mom was going to come back to me. However, my grandparents insisted that they do something for me, after feeling a lot of responsibility for what happened to my family. I was their only grandchild, so I guess they really wanted to do something for me before they got too old. In the end, I decided to accept their offer and receive a part of their Inter Vivos gift. Despite that, I still wanted to manage my life with my own money, so I had no plans to use what my grandparents gave me for a good while. I was keeping that safely tucked in. However, it did get me thinking, maybe I could put this to good use and get some sweet revenge on that stupid father. As I expected, after my mother passed away, this bastard started thinking of ways he could get money from his own parents. I heard from them that he began telling the story that I was down with an intractable disease and needed money for the treatment. Complete bullshit. I was almost amazed at the stories he came up with. My grandparents quickly called him out on the story and said that it was impossible. They had just contacted me a few weeks ago and I was perfectly fit and healthy. They also had told him about the Inter Vivos gift, which I personally think they shouldn't have told him. Enraged by the surprise news, he called me right away. However, he was a bit too late to get moving because I had already put my plans into action by this point. Actually, Right after I received the inheritance from my grandparents, they told me my father would try to reach out to me to get a hold of as much money as possible. They advised me to run away. Luckily, I'd been requesting a position overseas at my workplace for the longest time, and they finally put me in a position where I could leave the country. By the time my father knew what was going on with the inheritance and everything, I was long gone, far away in another country. I received the call from my dad, and the moment I picked up, he started yelling.
Hey, you little shit! I heard you received an inheritance from my parents! That's something I was supposed to receive! Give it back! All of it! Give it to me! Where the hell are you?
He rambled on and on like that. Well, sucks to be you, but your parents never planned to give the inheritance to you in the first place. They planned to donate all of the money. Everything. They didn't want to leave a single penny for you, because they already knew you'll spend it poorly and waste it on everything.
Shut up, shut up! That inheritance is mine! I have a right to keep it! They're my parents, not yours anyway! Where is it? I swear I'll hunt you down and we'll get to the bottom of this! Be prepared!
Oh my, oh dear. I completely forgot to tell you, but I'm not in the country anymore. I mean, you're free to look around, roam the continents, all over the world. Good luck with that.
Don't mess around with me! What do you mean you're not here in the country anymore?
I got my new job posts. I'm working in an overseas office team right now.
What did you say? Now stop with all the jokes! That's my money! Give it back to me!
I told you already. Good luck finding me on this vast planet. I'm sure you'll find me before you die, but oh well, I already cut ties with you, and don't consider you a parent, so don't get your hopes up on trying to see me.
Hold up! Okay, I get it. Honey, sweetie, listen to me. We'll live together, eh? Okay? We'll repair our father-daughter relationship, okay? How's that? I promise I'll be a changed man. So come on now. Tell me where you live. Pretty please?
Stop it. Don't make yourself more miserable than you already are. It's obvious you just want the money. There's no way in hell I'm gonna tell you. Well then, tough luck. Goodbye.
Damn you! Give it back! Give me back my money!
I guess this poor man just mindlessly expected to receive his parents' inheritance after they died or something. As if that would happen. After realizing that would never happen and he would never get the money, he fell into a fit of rage. Well, that does not affect me a single bit. Out and about, and free and away from all the trouble overseas. Luckily, and thank God he didn't, my dad doesn't know what company I work for. And plus, even if he were to crack the code and find out the company, obviously my personal information is something that should be kept private. So there's no way my office would tell him. I also heard that after my dad finished up using the money he took from me, he kept doing what he did. Gambling, chasing women around, and getting himself into deep debt. I guess all he has left is to rot away, doing nothing. I also changed my phone too. I let my grandparents know my new number, just in case, and I heard they've blocked his number too. I heard a rumor a little while later that my dad was just drowning in debt, and his house got taken away too. He was left on the streets and he's living as a homeless man. I mean, he was a shithead for so long. He deserved this ending, 100%.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.